Hello, this is Heike from Horse Road Connect, and today I'm talking to Schelli Whitehouse from the Business of Coaching with Horses. Hi, Schelli.
Hi, Heike.
So what is your background with horses? How did that start?
Well, like a lot of people in this industry, I think I was born part horse. But in terms of this work, trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grow up. I was in my 40s, and I had a horse, and I was working with horses and trying to learn how to communicate with my horse and be a better horse owner. And I was also deeply interested in personal development, and I read a lot of books and was, taking some courses. I hadn't discovered coaching yet at that time, but I was just interested in overall personal and spiritual development. And then, as has happened for many people in our industry that have been around for any length of time, I came across Linda Kahanav's book, The Tao of Equus. And when I read that book, I was literally shaking, like tears rolling down my face and thinking, oh my God, this exists. Because I was wondering, how can I combine my passion for personal development and horses? I just didn't know how to go that way. And I didn't want to be a horse trainer. I knew I wanted to work with people and horses, and I just had no idea what that might look like until I read that book. So in 2008, in 2007, I went through the EGALA certification and learned a whole lot and was still really craving more. And that's when I went and looked at Linda's website to go do some training around equine facilitation, more training around equine facilitation. And there was an offer on her site for coach training through the Way of the Horse. So I got very excited about that and signed up and found it. That was the very first coach training program, including horses, as part of the coach training curriculum. And that was with Linda Kahanav and Lisa Morrell. So that was back in 2008. So that's my background. I've been coaching with horses now ever since.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit more about your business now, the business of coaching with horses.
Well, one of the things that happened as I came out the other end of my coach training, I was super excited to be sharing this work. I felt like I had brand new superpowers and was ready to take on the world, and of course, everybody benefits from this work. However, I didn't know the first thing about getting clients or how to start my own business or any of that other stuff. So I went and did a marketing training course and spent a couple of years developing marketing and program design and brought people, and I mainly worked with people who were other coaches and healers, photographers and massage therapists and Reiki masters, people who were working one-on-one with people and helping them design programs. And I would bring them to come out and work with the horses as we were designing their programs and got great results with that. Over the years, as I've helped other people, I started also working again with Lisa Morrell and her coach training program and facilitating training for coach students. And again, I was seeing over and over again that students were coming through the program and not knowing how to launch their businesses. So after a few years of this, I got inspired to write the book that I really want a system for people who are coming through programs of learning how to facilitate with horses, whether it's coaching or facilitation, but people who are qualified to do this work, I want them to be able to have clients. So I wrote the book based on the 7 things that I see people need to absolutely have in place in order to start building a sustainable practice. So that's the business of coaching with horses. It's a book, it's a program, and it's my business.
So that probably then flows into your vision for horses and for horse people. What is your overall vision now that you...
I love this question. Because I'm really excited about it. My vision is, and I know this is big and some people might not be able to relate to this, but I want equine-assisted learning to be a go-to mode of personal development and transformation in any industry, whether it's in the medical industry or psychotherapy industry or leadership industry, autism or fibromyalgia or cancer. Almost any industry can benefit from the wisdom of working with horses. And so in order for that to happen, qualified people need to be able to present solutions for people in these industries and why horses will benefit them and help them move through whatever they are experiencing that might be holding them back. So that being said, I want this to become as popular as yoga and Starbucks.
I love that. So what are the challenges that people have when they come to you or when they seek you out?
Most every single person that comes to me, their biggest challenge is not connecting with one specific clientele, and I call them their ideal client. Everybody out there that is doing this work, especially if you're a coach, but even if you're pure facilitation, anybody that has something to teach and some expertise is doing themselves a disservice by not showing up for a very specific clientele, because there's people that are seeking relief from something, and if you can offer them relief to something specific, you're much more likely to have people want to work with you because they will see and feel that you understand them and are ready to serve them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If you had 3 wishes for the horse world, what would they be?
So my 3 wishes are the people who are stepping into this field are qualified and well-trained, that they are taking the opportunity to really dive deep and do their own personal work in addition to the training they get to be able to facilitate and or coach with horses. My second wish is that the industry will, because of the quality of the practitioners and the care of the horses, that the practitioners will become prosperous in this work and be able to build a sustainable livelihood for themselves and their herd. And then my third wish is that people will come to this work as horses do to a herd in a non-competitive mindset and recognize that we are all here to support one another, and as herd members, we all look out for the benefit and well-being of one another.
Wow, I love all of them, especially the last one. You know, it's all about abundance and not competition.
There just really is no competition. Everybody is doing something a little different, and each person brings their own special sauce and their own special flavor to what they do. And you can't serve everybody. You can't. There's just not enough hours in the day. And we all want people to benefit from this work, because the more people that do, right, the more credibility it gains.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. There is no competition. I don't care what industry you're in, because we're all so unique that we don't think or act the same. We're not robots. Yep.
It's wonderful.
I love the fact that you called it a herd, right? Nobody has ever said that before, but when you think about the herd mentality, the supporting each other, right, then it just makes a little bit more sense that there is no competition. We all do our own little part in this big herd. I love that.
That's right. We all have a specific role to play, and the better we play, the better we learn and become great at what our role is, then the whole herd will benefit.
So what do you want the horse people or the people, listening to this interview to remember about you and your business?
Well, first of all, I want people to realize it's okay if you don't have any business experience or you weren't born an entrepreneur. Most people that come into this industry, it's a second career. They haven't been entrepreneurs before. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand business design or how to reach people that they're meant to serve. And there is nothing wrong with that. but get yourself educated. And I'd like people to know that I'm a safe place to do that, to come, get educated, find out how you can build a platform to grow your business in a professional way. And it's not as scary as people think it's going to be, and it's not as expensive as people think it's going to be. When you look at the overall picture of revenue being lost because you don't know how to acquire clients, and the overall picture of how much you've already invested in your education and your horses and your infrastructure, people don't understand that learning the business of how to do this business is part of the education.
How about some words of wisdom? Like, you haven't already shared words of wisdom, but do you have any particular words of wisdom that maybe you live by or that you remember when things get tough in your life?
Well, I actually have 11 quantum leap principles that are part of the book.
Do you want to pick one that moment speaks to you?
Yes, thank you. The one that really comes up for me right now is trust, and it's trust that the universe has your back. The horses have your back, that you are meant to do great things. You've got the education. You've put time and effort into this. You told the universe this is what you want to do, and now it's time to do it.
Perfect. Is there anything else you would like to tell the person who's listening to this interview?
I want to tell people that I love them, that this is really important, and that if you're showing up to do this and you have the courage to go out there and talk to people about horses, coaching with horses, this is huge. And you are all pioneers. Even though it's starting to become a little bit more mainstream and there's some TEDx talks and we're starting to see articles and hear things on the news, it is not mainstream. And a lot of people are going to hang back and just watch and see if you're actually legitimate or if this is real or if it's a flight of fancy and they can say, I told you so someday. So I love your courage, and I want to support it.
So for anybody listening to this interview, go to Schelli's listing on Horse World Connect and click around and find out about it. Do the assessment that she has listed there. Reach out to her and get that support, because that's what you're all about, right? And not just teaching, but also supporting people as they go out there.
Right. When you operate as a herd, you have so much more strength.
Exactly. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Schelli. I really enjoyed the interview.
Thank you. Me too.